Well, hello and welcome. It is time once again to try to fix something. Today on the workbench, I'm taking a look at another PS5 that is not well. And I believe I bought this one as a beep on, beep off. So it's not going to be a totally dead one. I'm pretty sure I bought it intentionally as a beep on, beep off, or on off, whatever you want to call it. Because I'm hoping that this is going to be simply a bad RAM IC. It's what I'm hoping for. That will give you that symptom. So let's just show you what it's doing here. Blue light and off. And if I press it again, I think that's when it actually turns off the system and you get another shot. When I hit on again, blue and off. So that's where we are. Let me get these covers off, and the first thing I'm going to want to do is read those UART codes and just see if it's saying a certain RAM IC is not working. Oh, and if you're curious, yeah, it's a pretty safe bet. It has been opened before. Taking a look at that security tape. So, yeah, it's been opened before. Most of them have been. All right, well, the UART is connected, and I have read the codes, and it's a bit of a mixture of codes there. We do have some RAM errors, though. This error toward the top there that mentions two different pieces of memory. Top bank 3, bottom bank 5. That's new to me. Usually it indicates one particular, like where it indicates RAM 3 there at the bottom. That's what I'm used to seeing. So that's probably how I would start, is with number 3 and see how it goes from there. But we do have quite an assortment of errors. I think what we'll probably do is just clear these and turn it on and see what comes back. How's that sound? Let's just clear them. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to try to turn it on. Blue light and off. And now what do we have? For the last 10 error codes. I guess I got to hit R. I always do that wrong. Now we have that combination of 3 and 5. And that's the only error. So I guess the thing to do is to start off on bank 3 and see what kind of error we get then. Do we get just a bank 5 error? Don't know. That's where I'll start, though. Well, this just isn't my day, is it? Wow. Just a little bit spilt. Just a little on the edges there. That's all. All right, well, here we are after a whole lot of cleaning. Probably should do some more cleaning. But I think I'm at a point I'm ready to test this and just see if it'll stay on. That's all I want right now. I don't have a fan hooked up. I don't have a monitor hooked up. I just want to see it stay on. So here we go. I do have the LEDs hooked up. No. No. Denied. Okay. Now what? All right, so I went ahead and connected the UART back up again to read the error messages. And the only error that's remaining is for bank 3 of the RAM right here. So either we still have some liquid metal, in the back of this chip, under this chip, or where it connects, underneath the APU, or maybe this is what was originally wrong with this console. Maybe this chip was bad. I don't know. But we're going to give it another good visual inspection, see if we can find some liquid metal where it shouldn't be. I do know there's a couple of capacitors that were knocked off around the VRMs. And I'll replace those. I don't think they're super critical, very small value capacitors. I saw those were knocked off. I don't think I knocked those off with a Q-tip. But so that's where we are. Just the only error remaining is bank 3. So yeah, I'm going to take a closer look at that. And if I don't see anything obvious under it or around it, then maybe we'll just replace that one chip, which looks to be a Samsung IC. I think I have some. Well, RAM bank number 3 has been replaced, so it's time to find out if we've done any good. Power is in. I do have the APU clamp on. Will she stay on this time? No, it will not. All right, so where are we on this PS5? Well, I decided to get out the meter and start taking some resistance readings. And I want to show you what I found here. This should be the 1.35 volt supply for the RAM. And if I test it compared to ground, I'm getting about 0.2 of a volt. I'm sorry, 0.2 of an ohm to ground. And that is not right. So we have a short to ground on this. And I did remove that RAM IC that I installed earlier. So it's not that. It's not the RAM IC. It's not that RAM Bank 3 IC that I just put in there. It's out. So what is it? That's a rather low resistance. I think it should be like 20 ohms or something. Should not be 0.2 of an ohm. So yeah, we have a short somewhere. I think I'm going to have to inject about 1 volt in this to see what gets hot. Well, I think I'm ready to inject voltage. I've soldered a wire to this point right here. Focus. To the 1.35 volt rail that goes to the RAM. And I've got my power supply, the second channel here, set for 1 volt at 2 amps. So that should be hopefully enough for us to find whatever is shorted. So let me switch and get the infrared camera out here. Get ready. Let's see if we can find something. And if I enable it, we're drawing 2 amps. Not really see anything on this side of the board. The voltage is at 0.556. I'm going to go to the other side where the RAM is. Like here's one of the RAM ICs right here, where my thumb is. They're not getting hot. Yep, the APU is getting hot. And that's the only thing getting hot, I believe. There's some reflections over here on the left, but so yeah, that 1.35 volts does go to the APU as well. It goes to like some of the outer edges. So yeah, you can see a little bit of, that's mostly reflections there. Most of the heat, you can see some out the sides right here, but mostly you see it from the bottom side of it. So let me turn this off. So what does that mean? Well, I'm afraid it means that our APU is dead. And what I think has happened is that the 12 volts has somehow gotten to the APU. When that liquid metal spilled all across this, all across the VRM, you know, for the APU, there's all the switching devices over here, you could have very well gotten 12 volts in there. Because like I still have that, it's about a 0.18, 0.2 of an ohm short on this bus. I did check, by the way, that the 1.35 volts is coming up momentarily. So that's pretty good, you know, for this supply to be able to, it's working into a dead short, but it does come up, and then when it shuts off, of course, it goes away. But there is 1.35 there for a fraction of a second. But I think what I'd like to do to prove this, and for practice, I want to remove this APU. I have yet to remove a PS5 APU. I have another console that I think needs a reball, but been trying to get my confidence up. I've done it on PS4s. Never tried the PS5. I don't have the proper tools for it. That won't prevent me from trying, but you know, there's a fair chance I may just kill it. But at this point, unless there's a big glob of liquid metal underneath this thing, which I don't think so. I've looked around the edges. I don't see any. It could be way up under there. I have a feeling that this thing is dead. So, but let's take it off if we can. I'm surely I can get it off. Whether or not I can get it off in one piece without killing it's another story, but I'll get it off, I think. And let's see what's underneath it. Is there a blob of liquid metal? If there's not, then it's probably just going to be a dead APU giving us a short on that 1.35 volt rail. So yeah, let me get set up for that. I'm going to need my preheater for this because it's going to take a fair amount of heat to get this off. And I'll go ahead and get rid of the liquid metal on top here, and I'll get rid of this plastic seal right here. It's got to go. And let's see how easily it comes off. Probably not very easily. All right, well, our APU has been removed. That was for my first attempt. It went rather well. Then I dropped the APU. So, but yeah, I think I was able to remove the APU without any kind of, cracking or anything. I think it would be reinstallable. I have not cleaned up the back of the APU. There's no point. I don't plan on putting it back on there. I did clean up this area just to make sure that I don't have any shorts there. And if we can check now, let's see, what do we have on that 1.35 volt rail? Right about here. The board has cooled off a fair amount. Get that, 34 ohms. Yeah, 34 ohms. I expect them to be like between 20 and 30. Remember, there is one RAM chip still removed, and of course the APU is removed now. But yeah, that was our short. Our APU has died. 34 ohms once it's been removed. So yeah, that's how this one's going to end, I'm afraid. They can't all be a happy ending. That's the way it goes. I think liquid metal got splashed across these VRM over here, and I think probably got 12 volts into that APU. 12 volts probably went a lot of places it shouldn't have gone. And that's how it goes sometimes. But I learned, and I will be attempting another APU removal and reball very soon when I have some little bit better tools. I get a vacuum tool. Don't worry, I'll get one. I'll get a vacuum removal tool to get the chip off. But anyway, hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in that very next repair. Bye for now.